Hello again. Thanks for joining me as we edge ever closer to the spookiest night of the year. And on this one, we're going to be talking about an apparition. The weird thing is the story itself is a sequel to a story that she doesn't actually include in the book. I will present it to you as she presents it to us. There have been many attempts to explain away the story of Lord Littleton's warning. Although the evidence for it certainly satisfied the family, there is, however, a sequel to this story, which is extremely well authenticated, though much less generally known. It appears that Mr. Miles Peter Andrews, the intimate friend of Lord Littleton, was at home in Dartford when Lord L died at Pitt Place, Epsom, 30 miles off. Mr. Andrews' house was full of company, and he expected Lord Littleton, whom he had left at his usual state of health, to join him the next day, which was Sunday. Mr. Andrews, feeling rather indisposed himself on the Saturday evening, retired early to bed and requested Mrs. Pigou, one of his guests, to do the honours of his supper table. On going to bed, he fell into a feverish sleep, but was awakened between 11 and 12 by somebody opening his curtains, which proved to be Lord Littleton, in a nightgown and cap which Mr. Andrews recognised. Lord Littleton spoke, saying that he was come to tell him all was over. Lord Littleton was fond of practical joking, and as Mr. Andrews entertained no doubt whatsoever of his visitor being Lord Littleton, he supposed that this was one of his tricks, and stretching his arm out of bed, he took hold of his slippers and threw them at him, whereupon the figure retreated to a dressing room which had no ingress or egress except through his bedchamber. Mr. Andrews jumped out of bed to follow him, but he could find nobody in either of the rooms, and the door was locked on the inside. Ringing his bell, he inquired as to who had seen Lord Littleton. Nobody had seen him. How he had got in and out of the room remained an enigma. Angry at the supposed trick, he ordered that Lord Littleton should not be given a bed for the night, and that he could go and stay at the inn, and Mr. Andrews went to sleep, not entertaining the slightest suspicion that he had seen an apparition. On the following morning, Mrs. Pigou had to go early to London, and great was her astonishment to learn that Lord Littleton had died on the previous night. She immediately dispatched an express to Dartford, upon the receipt of which Mr. Andrews swooned away. He could not understand it, but it had a most serious effect upon him, and, to use his own expression, I was not my own man again for 3 years. Thanks again, everyone. I will see you on Saturday with another one.